All right, so it's just us and the cows on the homestead now. We've got rid of the meat chickens, the egg chickens, the pigs, the bees, the rabbits, and we've got some big plans for the cow area and this whole thing and the cows. We might need the lottery because we might not financially recover from this. So I'll try to give you an overview and point out what we want to do, but basically there's two things we really need. We need a shelter, not a shelter, we need a barn that's a shelter, an enclosed area where we can put the cows when they're giving birth, and when they have the little ones, then we want to be able to put them in an area, an enclosed area, so Bridget can go in and pet them and work with them and just get them all friendly and stuff. Because when they're out in the big field, it's hard to get close to them with the moms there and Joe Beefy there and that sort of thing. So we want somewhere private where, you know, Bridget can just go in and sit with them or stand with them and pet them. Now the other thing we need is a proper chute crush where not only can we treat the animals for stuff, but mainly also to load up any babies that we have for sale to someone else. So I'll kind of give you the layout. If you don't know it offhand, we have our 2-car garage over here. We have an open space in between. We have our small field right here for the cows. This is kind of like the holding field where any new cows coming in or when they're giving birth, that sort of thing, this is usually where we put them. We've got the next field here, which is the first field we built. It's bigger, it goes way back, there's lots of forest in here, and it's got their shelter in here as well. And then right here's the pig pen where we kept the pigs. We have plans for this, but we're not just quite sure yet. And then beyond that is the other big 2-acre field that has really no trees, no shelter, but it has the grass in it. Now what we want to do also is take another 3 acres back here and turn that into another cow field. We'll probably use half of it for I guess forest, and the other half we want to plant grass and stuff. So our plan is to put the barn right in here, like halfway on this fence line. So it's going to come a bit closer to the garage, and it's going to go a bit into this field right here. And that way we have a small little area out front that's kind of going to be the field. So we'll keep the one gate coming into this field, and then they'll be able to access the barn, go into it. We'll put another fence and gate at the end of the barn against this fence, so that back field there is all kind of closed in, and that'll be another kind of little holding field. So in this big field right here, we have this kind of square section. So our plan for that is we're going to take that post there at the corner of the pig pen, take a fence across and a gate across to this fence over here. Now what we'll do, we'll put a gate there, so then this little square will be enclosed. And the idea was to create another little holding pen here, so when we have cows that are going off the farm, we can kind of trap them in this little section here, and then maybe put like a tub and a chute here with an alley coming out. So we have kind of an alley here, like we can catch them over in the corner and then push them through here, because right here is part of our big circle driveway. So any rigs can come in, truck and trailer can come in the driveway, turn, and then back up to the chute. Well, I think that's a good idea. So that's what's in my head right now. So we're looking at some different options, like Aeroquip has an inexpensive tub, and then like an alleyway and a chute or a crush but we don't necessarily want to put the crush here because we want to use the crush for, you know, being able to go back into another field. We do have the other crush in the other field, but we want to sell it and change it, something that'll work better for our Highlands. So I'm not quite sold on this. This might just be a tub and alley to be able to load cows onto a trailer when we sell them. And then we'll figure out something else for a crush as well. But for the barn, I was watching the homesteading family. I forget the guy's name, but he recently did a video on barn setup. So we did have a plan, and we watched that video, and I changed my entire plan. I'll link the video in the description as well, so you can go and see it. We changed stuff like we were gonna do just a small little barn at first, but then we thought, no, we need some shelter and storage. So we're thinking like 12-foot aisles. We were thinking on concrete, but now we're gonna do 16 aisles on dirt. So the plan is we'll put the barn here. We'll have a 16-foot aisle going down the middle with a roll-up door on both ends. Then we'll have a 12-foot section on the left with doors that open, probably just hinge doors or something. And we'll do that on the right side as well, another 12-foot section with hinge doors. This way I can get the tractor in all three sections. And if I need to store hay in this section, I can drive right in with the tractor, put hay in. I can get the tractor into the aisle, so if there's something like I need to dump shavings, or a cow goes down or dies or something, we can get them out. If we need to shovel manure into the bucket, then I can take the tractor in as well. So there's a lot of reasons for having that good 16-foot aisle. Like you said, you can maneuver the tractor a lot more effectively in a 16-foot aisle than a 12-foot aisle. So then we'll have another 12-foot section that will still be indoors, and those will be divided into 12-foot sections as well. So we'll have 4 12 by 12 stalls. Those will have an open door on each of them that will go into another 12-foot section. And that 12-foot section will just be like a lean-to overhang. So it'll kind of be like an outdoor shelter for them in this field, because we don't have a real shelter in this field. We've got the trees, which isn't bad, but the shelter is over in the other field. So that would allow us to have basically stalls inside this barn, shelter inside the barn, storage inside the barn. We'll do some water lines as well. We're going to take our frost tree hydrant. We're going to run the line from the house there right across here, and that's going to go into the barn in the aisleway. And then that way we can hook up some hoses in the barn and put them up high and allow it to drain out. And that we can hook to the hydrant. So when we want to water everything, we can hook it up, turn it on, and then when we're done, we drain it out. And with the 12 by 12 stalls, what we can do is put gates on each stall and walls where we want them, like in the aisle. But in between, we'll be able to have hinge gates, open them up so we can make 12 by 24 or 12 by 36, or just open the entire aisleway up and take the tractor in and scoop out all the manure. That's the plan. But we're starting to get quotes for that, and it's not going to be cheap. But we're not doing the concrete anymore, so that's going to save us a bunch of money on that. So the barn's one thing, and then if we get a metal tub and an alley, so we're able to, again, funnel the cows into a certain area, have the truck back up and load them. And then what I want to figure out is where we put the actual crush so that, again, we can put the cows into the crush and treat them. So, for example, you know, doing their worming, giving them shots, pulling porcupine quills out, which we had done before. I'll link the video up here or here, where we had to pull porcupine quills out. Another good reason for having an alley and a crush. So that's kind of going to be the whole overview of what we're planning. Because right now, you know, we've got the hay and the straw inside our car shelter that we built for storing the cars, so that we could have the garage free for more kind of workshop stuff. So that's where we're at, and I'm just hoping we can figure out a way to make this happen. Right now we're redoing our mortgage, and what we'll do is maybe do a line of credit or put a bunch on the mortgage kind of thing, so then we don't have, you know, we're not taking out a loan, or we're not putting stuff on the credit card or that sort of stuff. And we're selling the cows, the little ones, the little babies. The two we sold went for $3,000 each this past year. We're thinking they might go for more this year. So that would be, if we have two in the fall to sell, that'll be $6,000. That'll help pay for kind of the alley and the tub. If we sell the other crush, that'll help pay for the new crush. Oh, just thinking about it, I'm like, whoa, gotta make it happen somehow. Gotta be positive, right? Yeah. So that is our plan going forward with the Highland Cows. We're all in on the cows now. We'll probably get 2 more females as well. We're working on some deals right now to try and get at least 1 or 2 more females this year. That'll increase our fold, our herd, and have more babies. And that's another reason why we're going to try and put another 3-acre or 4-acre field at the back here, to help not have to pay for as much straw or as much hay as we normally get. Because, you know, buying hay and feeding a hay bale every week is not exactly cheap either. So guys, that's kind of our plan. Let us know what you think. If we're missing something, if we should think about another way to do it. We'd love to hear your feedback too, because again, watching the video from the Homestead family really opened up our eyes onto what we needed in a barn ourselves. So if we have some other videos to watch, if you guys have some ideas as well, that'll really help. So thanks again, guys. Hope you liked this video. Hope you found it informative, and a little glimpse into what's going to be happening here this year on the farm.